Hey, this is Parker McCollum, and you're watching Like a Farmer.
Welcome back to another episode of Like a Farmer. Today, I'm excited to have one of my favorite Texans here, Mr. Parker McCollum.
Come on.
Dude, thanks for coming on the show today,
I'm
man.
glad to be here, man. Thanks for the opportunity.
And I just want everybody to know we do have Parker here in, Imperial Polk County. He was excited to come to Polk County. And I'll be honest with you, this is the first time that somebody's actually come to Polk County. So, what are your thoughts so far?
I don't know. I don't have many. I just got off the bus and came here. I slept in pretty good. So, but man, I like Florida as a whole.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Texas. It's like Texas if Texas had pretty beaches.
I agree, and I'm going to go ahead and right off the rip, go off schedule. You think about two of probably the top states in the country.
Oh, yeah, easy.
It's Florida and Texas.
100%, yeah. Absolutely.
Sports, taxes.
Yeah. I like Georgia too, man. I'm a big fan of Georgia, and I'm a big fan of the Carolinas, so
I'm with you.
I like it down here.
You've been hitting those states hard.
Yeah.
I want to start from the beginning part. Conroe, Texas.
That is it. That's the hometown.
Talk to me about I know you grew up. And so like a farmer, right? You knew we've been talking for a little bit to get you on the show and celebrate the farmer and educate the people on who feeds them, who clothes them. Texas is one of the biggest ag states in the country.
Yeah,
so
big
you
time.
come from rural America, and that's what I've been trying to do for the last 18 months is like shine light on rural America to people who just think the hamburger falls out of the sky and they just eat it.
Yeah.
Conroe, Texas, talk to me about that.
Man, it was a pretty small town when I was a kid. Now it's, I think it's the fastest growing city in the United States of America, or at least like top 5 for several years now. My dad was a car dealer. My mom and my dad divorced when I was really young, but her dad owned a big concrete company in my hometown that he started when he was, almost a kid, back in the 1960s. And so it's a large reason for why that town has grown as much as it has.
Yeah.
But he was one of the greatest cowboys to ever live. And my mom was a barrel racer. My aunt was a barrel racer. My uncles rode rough stock. And that was just always a big part of, our family and the lifestyle. And I spent every summer getting out of Conroe as soon as school was out, and I'd go, ranch for Grandpa all summer long. Me and all my cousins, we all grew up very close every day of our lives, from the time we were literally born until, we were out of high school, and still very close. So,
yeah. And what was your grandpa's name?
His name was Bobby Yancey.
Okay.
He was judge of Montgomery County, where I grew up, when he was 23 in the 1950s.
Yeah.
He was a wild man, dude, and as good as God can make one. But he, an unbelievable cowboy. Spent a lot of days breaking horses and working cows for him, and spent a lot of really, really good time in my childhood with him. And I grew up. My parents lived in a neighborhood in Conroe. And, my grandparents lived on 60 acres. Probably 5 minutes away. And, he had 2 big ranches about an hour and a half north of Conroe, and still have them. I still go there all the time, fish there, hunt there, spend a lot of time out there. And it's you don't realize it till you're older, but, now I'm like just extremely grateful to have grown up like that and had those opportunities and been on a horse as young as I was and working that much. Grown man, it was no fancy ranching whatsoever.
No,
he was old school cowboy.
Absolutely.
It was a real deal. And I don't know, I just got older, and I've written a lot of songs about it and my gratitude for, growing up like that and having those opportunities, and that influence as I've gotten older has just grown so much. And that's exactly how I raise my kids. 100%.
Speaking of that, baby boy,
on
the way, man.
It's crazy.
I'm excited. When is the due
in
date?
August.
And now, do y'all have a name for him yet?
Kinda. We've thrown a couple around, but nothing's really set in
Nothing.
stone yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to how you were raised, you think about you started with your grandpa, and your whole family's in ranching and just straight up cowboy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's an inspiration to how you're writing your songs today, right?
My dad and all his brothers were car dealers and still are, and my mom's side of the family was cowboy ranching. Just fine people on both sides. The older I get, the more I appreciate the people that I come from, because the influences, I kind of had the best of both worlds. Played a lot of sports and grew up, a lot of athletes around me in our family and our friend group in Conroe, and then my mom moved me to the Woodlands to go to better schools in high school. I was like one of the only people on both sides of my family going back to all of my aunts, uncles, grandparents, everybody who didn't go to Conroe High School.
Yeah.
Which is only 5 minutes down the road, but it's a different world.
Yeah.
And so, I really even leaned into, working for my granddad even more then. And I don't know, man, it certainly peeks through my songwriting. It influences a lot. When I kind of sit there and try to write a song, I go back to the best days of my life and the days that I know are never coming back. And, I just wrote a song the other day called Sunny Days, and it's really talking about, the all of those days I spent growing up a kid like that.
Yeah.
So it comes out in the songwriting. It's kind of inevitable.
That's awesome.
You write what you know. So
totally, yeah. And look, I mean, I think the genre as a whole can sometimes be, hey, country is popular now, so let me just write songs even though I don't know it.
Yeah.
But then you got people like, Parker McCollum coming in who grew up doing that. Your grandpa's had a big impact in your life.
Big time, man.
And, I come from a 6th-generation citrus and cattle farm here, 15 minutes from where we're sitting now. My grandpa still to this day wakes up every day and goes to the farm. And, that just means a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, you hope to be like that when you're that age.
You do, yeah. And so at what point, because I'm sure when you're growing up, you're like, dude, this is what I want to do when I grow up. So at what point were you like, all right, I think I'm going to start singing?
I always grew up idolizing George Strait, and that's a long, long list of influences. But a lot of the guys, Clay Walker, I think he lives in Hempstead on a big ranch, and Tracy Byrd lives on a ranch, and George Strait, obviously, real good cowboy, the real deal, big landowner. So I always grew up looking up to these guys. I wanted to be a country singer and have my own ranch one day and run my own operation and raise my kids that way. So that was a large motivation for wanting to kind of take this path and tie in what I love to do with what I love to do and kind of merge the two, like, it's been so popular just in country music. So I was probably 10, 11, 12 years old when I really started thinking about singing country music and really started to think to myself,
wow, I love that.
I think I can do that. I would watch music videos or, I saw like Pat Green at the Houston Rodeo when I was like 11. And I was like, I want to do that. I just resonated with me. And so, the older I got, I did a project in junior high one time. You had to it was like predicting your future and what you wanted to do. And mine was drive a King Ranch F-250, run a big ranch and be a country music singer. So I'm working on it.
So you're driving a 250?
I had one. Now I go through trucks like pairs of shoes, but
I'm with you.
I get over them real quick. But no, I got a Dodge Mega Cab right now.
That's
that
right.
love,
I knew that. Yeah. Dodge is kind of. They're stepping up the game.
Man,
Ram.
I've gone through them all. I like them all, man, and they're all such fine pickups nowadays. But that's what the flavor of the week is right now is Dodge.
I just bought a new GMC the other day, and I went to the 500, the Daytona. Ross Chastain, who's a great friend of the show, I was driving to go see him, and the GMCs are driving themselves now. Yeah. I mean,
number one, he wins a lot of races. That boy, the one car is always in the mix, dude. That boy can ride. That boy can drive for sure.
Busch Light sponsors him now too. I mean, I'm so glad you said that because Ross, 8th generation watermelon farmer down here in Florida, and has just worked his way up in the ranks, and he's a dude now.
Well, I spent a lot of time a little upset with him because I'm big. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is a good buddy of mine. So I'm always pulling for Ricky, and that number one car's.
It's always there.
It's always there.
It's always there. So back to Texas, you're a full Texan through and through, and you talk about what I love about Texas, and whether it's athletes, musicians, whatever it is, Texas backs Texas. I mean, if you're from, and you've got the whole, I'm calling it a country at this point, but the whole state is behind you, which is really cool. You've got such a successful career in country music, and when you think about country music, it's Nashville. You haven't dedicated to yourself to like, hey, I'm going to move full time to Nashville. I mean, you're still living in Texas.
I am, yeah. I bought a house there. I actually moved there. I was there for 2 years, and right at the end of COVID, I put up I signed my record deal and put out a song called "Pretty Heart."
Yep.
And then COVID started like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So we had a number one double platinum selling song that went number one in December of 2020, and we didn't play a show the entire time. So I freaked out a little bit and kind of felt like I maybe had just missed, everything I'd worked for and everything I'd built by, that year. It was just going to be a huge year. We were on tour with Miranda Lambert when all that started, and
Yep.
it was just, I don't know, and I kind of freaked out, man. And so I moved to Nashville. Hallie Ray and I were actually broken up at the time, and I was like, whatever. I packed up all my stuff in my truck, stopped at our ranch in East Texas for a couple nights, and then drove the rest of the way to Nashville. I was there for 2 years, and then moved back to Texas. I live just north of San Antonio now. So
that's awesome.
It's I knew I wasn't going to go. I never would have gone if it wasn't for COVID. I didn't have to. I mean, we were doing great, and everything was going our way, and we were selling a bunch of tickets and having hits. And so when that happened, I was like, man, I got to get out of here. And I was living in Austin, Texas, and I'd made a little money at the time, and had been gone for like 5-6 years. I hadn't been home more than a couple of days in a long time, and all of a sudden I was home for a whole year. And I was I didn't handle it great. I was kind of doing some stuff I shouldn't have been doing, and I was like, I got to get out of here. And I did, and then I got back, and ever since I've moved back, man, I've written probably 6, 7, 8 of my favorite songs I've ever written. Yeah. So
you're living now in what is inspiring you to write country
music. My
dad
and I bought a ranch out just west of San Antonio a bit, and it's called Hit Record Ranch, and I've been taking a bunch of songwriters out there, and I've written. It's just my soul is so much more complete when I'm home in Texas. So it was I did what I had to do, but I got back as quick as I could.
Yeah, I want to back up. So Hallie, y'all broke up for a little bit. Where did y'all meet?
Man, it's kind of a funny story. Buddy of mine, Gus West, I was playing the Stanford Rodeo in West Texas. I think it's the oldest rodeo in Texas. A real good cowboy, Gus West, lives out there, and he was like 20 at the time. I look back at this now; he's like 19 or 20 years old, but he booked a talent for the rodeo somehow. They let Gus do it, and I didn't know him from Adam. We went out there to play. It's when I was still in a van, and he had gone to Oklahoma State in Stillwater, Oklahoma, for like I think a couple months, and
partied a little too hard.
Yeah, I guess so. He come home. He didn't go too long, but. He after that rodeo, the first time we played there, it might have been the second time, but he said, "Hey, there's this girl you need to meet, Hallie Ray Light," and I just loved the name Hallie Ray Light, and I was like, "That's got to go in a song for sure." So I started kind of writing a song with Hallie Ray.
So before you met her, you put this name in a song.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
You talk about a way to
yeah, and I had no, I wasn't trying to go meet anybody or anything, but anyway, so we ended up playing in Stillwater several months later, and I'd kind of we kind of contacted each other. I don't even remember I think it was Gus who set it up. He got her to come out, and anyway, she came out to a show, and we kind of talked a little bit here and there for like 8-9 months, and I'd kind of write that song while we were talking and stuff, and then ended up finishing it. And she came out to hear it one night at Kane's Ballroom in Tulsa. We played a sold-out show there, and we hung out till like 5 or 6 in the morning, and been doing it ever since.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I like to live vicariously through y'all's social media, whether it's Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah, she's the best, man. I mean, just the most lovely human being I've ever met. Yeah. She is so good.
And now you got a little one on the way.
We have a human being on the way. Yes, we do.
It's not just...
sometimes I freak out about it.
It's not just Ruger, right? Ruger anymore.
That's our chocolate love.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Oh, yeah. She's so worried, too, that he's going to feel neglected or like, because he's always been her baby.
Yeah.
I'm like, baby, he's a dog. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
He's good.
So you talk about going back to the music side. You started, you're saying 10, 12 years old, you started saying, hey, I think I can sing some country music. At what point, take me back to the beginning of, signing your first record label, and at what point did you say, okay, this thing actually might work out?
You know what?
Because you've had some hits, brother. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been real blessed, man. It's bigger and better than anything that I ever thought it could really get. My biggest goal when I first started, I was like, if we could ever sell out Billy Bob's in Fort Worth, that'd be massive. And now we do double that around the country. Yeah. So it's I feel guilty asking God for any more than He's already given me, but it keeps growing and getting better. But I don't know. It's, I started playing guitar. My older brother, Tyler, 6 years older than me, he was really good songwriter. He was into Guy Clark and Rodney Crowell and Steve Earle and James McMurtry. And, so many good songwriters when I was I was probably 10, 11, 12 years old. He was in high school listening to him, and he was writing songs and playing guitar, and I just wanted to do what Big Brother was doing. You know, I mean, he could have been an ice skater, and I'd have probably been a professional ice skater. So
you really think you could?
No, absolutely not. Okay. No way. I would be I would have quit a long time ago. But I just wanted to do what Big Bro wanted to do or was doing, and he was really the one that, you know, was like, man, you got something here. You know, I wrote some songs that when I was just a little kid that I think he's smart, man. He's intelligent and knows good songs and you know, doesn't the beer back road truck songs don't do it for him, and so he was the one that really steered me towards these great songwriters, and I just identified with it at a young age, and I started wanting to be these guys. I wanted to be Steve Earle. I wanted to be Rodney Crowell, the Houston Kid. Like, I was infatuated with them, and you know, all these years later, I'm still trying to be those guys.
You're getting after it. Where when you think about Parker McCollum right now, and like I said, you've just got some unbelievable hits. You really do.
Thank you.
It's probably on I try to do like a top 5 list when I'm singing in the shower. I think you have 2.
I'll take it.
Maybe 3. Rest of My Life, which is complete banger.
Thank you.
Burn It Down, Stoned.
Thank you.
Probably right now.
I appreciate the being on the shower playlist a lot because I never take a shower and don't listen to music, and so I feel that. I get it, and that's very appreciated.
But the Gold Chain Cowboy, like at what point did that just?
Man, I just didn't have a record title, and you know, I had tried to write a song, you know, for quite a while and around that kind of idea, and I didn't have a record title, and they kept, you know, it was my first record on major label, and I really was wanting to like let them know that, hey, I do what I want. There's no formula here.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's why that album cover is what it is. It's the worst album cover probably in the history of country music. But I was just going through this weird thing at the time of, you know, we did it in like my living room. I had this photographer, Tyler Conrad, come over. I'm like, hey, he took like 3 pictures. Yeah. And I was like, I was trying to like really lay it down that like, hey, the ball is in my court. I'm driving the truck. You know, this is, and because that's how it always worked. I never wanted that to change. And so, which I've never really had good album artwork anyways. That's never been my thing or my focus. Just try to write good songs. So, but it was never like, the Limestone Kid, which was my first record. That wasn't really, hoping people would call me that, or that would be a nickname. That was just like a concept in my head of you know, the way I viewed those times in my life, who I was at that time, and you know, the ranch that I spent a ton of time at when I was a kid, worked for my granddad's in Limestone County, and so we all ran around there. I mean, just wide ass open for, you know, years, and some of the best times of my life. And so, you know, Limestone County was pretty, you know, holds still to this day holds a special place with me. So it's kind of where that idea came from. And then, you know, Gold Chain Cowboy was kind of the same thing. It was just this concept in my head, you know, of trying to put together what to call everything that I do and that I was doing at the time, the songs I was writing at the time. So, you know, I can understand why, you know, I get the reference for sure. It kind of becomes a nickname kind of thing, but it's, you know, that was never really the intention. Yeah, just kind of.
Well, it just makes sense, and you've got great swag and all that.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I grew up just north of Houston, man. I was always watching MTV Cribs. I liked rappers too. You know, I love music, and
dude, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a top 3 right now. I don't care genre. I don't care, but top 3 artists.
Lil Wayne, Slim Thug. You know, I've always been a huge Biggie Smalls fan. I've always loved 50 Cent. You know, and they were all gangbangers. Like, they all really grew up living that, and so their whole, you know, I mean, I have a car addiction. You know, like, I love cars. That all comes from those guys. Like, watching MTV Cribs and being like, damn, I want to have a big house and a bunch of whips and some jewelry too. You know, I just want to have it on.
Dude, I love. I just want to have it on. To me, Park.
I just want to have it on 500 acres. Yeah. You know, with some cows and some horses and you know, kind of my own version of it. But people have always kind of made fun of it. You know, they're like the gold chains and the diamond watch and stuff. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, I like it, and I like to kind of take advantage of what I get to do for a living. When you're an artist and you're a performer and you're in the public eye like that, you kind of can get away with, you want to, have a little style and stand out and have your own thing. So there was really nobody in country music wearing, heavy starch jeans and square-toed double-stitch boots that, were rocking gold chains and presidential Rolexes. So I was just kind of always, it always kind of gravitated towards it. It seemed like its own thing.
I mean, I got the root beer on right now.
Dude,
so.
I love jewelry, man.
I'm with you.
I like fine leather. I like diamonds. I like gold. I like just nice things and work hard and, treat yourself when you work hard. So
totally.
Now it's kind of changing now. It's more in real estate and trying to buy land and, a little smarter investments. But that is certainly where it comes from. And it never really bothered me that, some people didn't really vibe with it. I kind of like that, honestly.
Yeah. Different breed.
I would say I'd probably hate me too. So
yeah. So I want to back up on the vehicle side because you like your whips. Your dad's been in the car business for
that's a large part of where that comes from too.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what's your prized possession in the garage right now?
Man, I don't have anything too crazy. I just love American muscle. I like classics, but I don't like putting up with them, and I'm not a mechanically minded person at all. Yeah. So I ain't working on them in the garage,
What's your dream car if you had to choose one?
Man, I think I've kind of got them. I mean, I like foreign cars a little bit. I've kind of gone through a phase where I wanted one, but
do you have one?
I do not have any foreign. No,
gotcha.
I've got. I guess Hallie's Range Rover is foreign, but no, I've got a
Hallie's
Hellcat.
whipping the range, man. I like it.
Yeah, she loves that car too. I've got a red-eye Hellcat Challenger wide body that I love. It's one of my favorite cars I've ever had. I've got a C8 Z06 mid-engine Corvette, and then I've got a 2016 C7 7-speed manual Z06 Corvette that's nasty. It's all cammed out and aftermarket headers and pulleys and stuff. It's a loud and obnoxious kill yourself car. Like that car bites, and so does that Hellcat. But I mean, I never drive. I drive my Dodge every day. That's my daily.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. And tomorrow I'll wake up and be like, I'm selling them all. And the next day I'll be like, I'm buying another one. So.
But no matter what you're driving, you're bumping 50 and
a lot of the times. I can go from
50's probably my top.
I can go from 50 Cent to Ryan Adams to Chris Knight to Lil Wayne in 15 minutes. So
yeah. Who do you think? I always wonder this, and I know y'all are all in the same space now, but when you think about country music, right now, who's at the top? If you would say country music.
I mean, I don't think anybody ever catches Wallin. I know it's a different kind of country. It's a lot more hip hop based, and so if you really care to dissect it that much, which I don't, I don't really care what people call certain kinds of music.
Totally.
If I believe it, when they open their mouth and they sing it, if I believe them, like I believe Morgan when he sings those songs. I buy it. I believe Lainey Wilson when she sings and opens her mouth and sings. Yeah, I believe her. I buy it. I'm like, yes, you're 100%. I get what you're putting down, and that's not that way for everybody. And I'm sure that's subjective for everybody. They like people that you may like or vice versa. But if you want to talk about just country music, just old, traditional country music. Man, I don't know who's killing it more than Kojo right now,
Yeah.
And he's so good.
Yeah.
His guitar playing has come so far. His voice is so good. He has such good songs. I don't know if he's writing as much anymore as he was when he was younger. I know when you have family and stuff, I'm sure that gets. I'm probably about to find out. It's already. Incredibly difficult to find time to write songs because it's not just something you can turn off and turn on. You really got to. For me, I have to go there. I got to go there, and I've been going there right now lately. I ain't lifting weights. I'm not working out. I'm not running. I'm like,
you can tell. For sure.
I'm sitting around and oh, thank you. I'm going there. I'm going deep, and it's a big mental thing for me. But yeah, I would say Kojo's got to be at the top of country music, but
Yeah.
when you say country music now,
Wallin,
the general population is going to consider everybody that is played on country radio. So, yeah, I don't think anybody ever catches Wallin.
That's a bold statement. I mean, I think maybe one day. I mean, yeah, he's at the
me
top.
catch him.
I think you have a chance.
No. It's two different. It's totally different worlds. It's completely different. He's massive. So you're selling out baseball stadiums 2 nights in a row, dude. We played 10 shows with him last year. Like, we're about to play MetLife 2 nights with him in May. And we stick out like a sore thumb on that tour. Like, I mean, I think we come out and half that stadium knows who we are and they're vibing with it, and the other half is like,
Who is this?
Yeah, because it's Bailey Zimmerman, then Ernest, then us, and Morgan.
Yeah.
And it's just different. And I love all those boys, dude.
Yeah.
I love those boys.
Yeah.
Bailey is such a good kid. Ernest has been so good to me. Morgan's been so good to me. Like,
That's
good
insight. No, I get what you're saying.
They're good dudes, man, and they're really talented. And they're really good songwriters, especially Ernest and Morgan. They're good songwriters, man. And it may not be someone's style or what they want to hear, but, from one songwriter to another, I'm like, it's good, dude. You have your thing, and it's good. It works.
Yeah. When's that MetLife show?
I think it's in May.
I'm
They're the ones that he had to cancel last year, so we're just
Okay.
remaking them.
I might have
They're the
to
only
make-
ones we're doing with him this year. I think maybe Pittsburgh and Philly or Philly. I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna make that trip for sure.
But yeah, it's country music is such a vague term now. I don't even worry about it. I just try to worry about what I'm doing,
Do your
focus
thing.
on what I'm doing. Yeah, man, I'm like, I can't imagine doing any better. Like, I mean, I hope we do, and you want to. You work really hard to keep it growing and keep it moving, but
yeah.
it's just so much bigger than anybody ever thought I was gonna go and do it.
If you weren't doing country music right now, what do you think you'd be doing?
Man, I don't know. I have no idea.
Ranching.
Yeah, probably ranch real estate.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I'd really enjoy that, just because you get to see so many
Totally,
different
yeah.
pieces of property, and you get to have access to them. And that's just in Texas, that's a pretty tight world, especially big pieces of land. When you're talking several thousand acre ranches and beyond, those guys, it's a tight circle.
Yeah.
And I know some of the guys in it. Some of my good buddies are in it, and I think I'd really enjoy that.
Man, it's stuff like what we're talking about right now is why not only I started this show, but why it's been as successful as it's been is because country music's changing, right? I mean, there's different people and demographics and geographies that are listening to country music because of people like Wallin and et cetera.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to hunt. Everybody wants to fish now. Everybody wants to drive a pickup truck. So, like, I really do appreciate you coming on the show and, like, talking like this because it's like, farming's cool again.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of
what's funny is I've actually never farmed. Like, I slung seed,
Yeah.
And pulled a batwing mower and mowed for
For
hours
sure,
and hours a day, but I've never, farmed.
Yeah.
Like, I've always ranched,
Yeah, for
breaking
sure.
horses and working cows.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of similarities there, but to me, they are two different things.
Yeah.
Farming and ranching
Yeah,
are
for
two
sure.
different
Yeah,
things.
I'd agree
And
with
it's
that.
kind of two different kind of people.
Yeah. Dude.
You know what I mean? It's like, both. It is different. And
I can't wait.
It's not like one's
we're gonna
better
take
than
a
the
pic,
other.
and it's just going to be a farmer and a cowboy walks into a bar.
I'm no cowboy, man. I like the cowboy. I grew up doing it a lot. I will definitely raise my kids that way.
Yeah.
But I don't walk around, preaching to everybody that I'm, cowboy this and cowboy that. That wasn't how it was when I was a kid. I wasn't raised like that, man. You did what you did, and we didn't have camera phones and stuff and I guess we did kind of in the later years, but we still never really took pictures or nothing. There was no. You didn't show off how cowboy you were,
Dude, you grew up in rural America, just like
and
myself.
it wasn't even a thing then.
Yeah.
Now it's like you got a cowboy on social media, so, and I don't care, man. I think the more awareness you bring to Western lifestyle and culture, the longer it's going to stay alive. People always say cowboys are dying, cowboys are going away. Like, then let people dress up like them. Let cowboy hats be a popular thing, and boots be a popular thing, and have these kids growing up with good manners and try to some of the ethics and the just the staples of whether you want to call it country or farm and ranch and whatever that lifestyle. Like, there's so many good things about it that go beyond just getting your hands dirty and working. You know, like
It's a lifestyle.
good manners, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. Taking your hat off when you meet a lady, opening the door for people, being genuine, and
Keep it going.
Just it's how I was raised. I believe in it so much, and I don't ever want to preach to people about it. This is the most I've ever probably talked about it, and outside of my circle. But I'm like, let people get a little taste of that life, and they're gonna realize that there's a reason why it's stuck around as long as it has. Man, it's good. That slow and easy life, away from all the BS, with a good woman and on a little piece of land. And it sounds so cliche, but it is for a reason, dude. It's good, and it's good for your soul. It's good for your bloodline. It's good for your everything. It's good for business. And I think the more and more people that find out about that, the better.
That's gold, man.
Yeah, I hope so.
Dude, that's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and like,
just don't be goofy about it. Don't embarrass us.
Yeah. It's like, and Parker, it's not. We're at some point we're gonna have an issue, right? I mean, labor's already a pain in the ass, as when it comes to working on the ranch, and like land shortage, Texas, Florida, like people are buying real estate, and hopefully they keep ranching and farming, but a lot of them are putting homes on it, so it's good to hear stuff like that.
I know. I have a house in one of those right now. I drive around and I'm like, dude, this was just someone's ranch.
I know.
You're probably kids, they're probably grown now, but they were probably kids, and it's the place we just bought out west of San Antonio has a conservation easement on it, and it's on the Nueces River for like a half a mile, and it can never be divided forever.
Those conservation easements.
And that was I was like, boom, this is the place we're buying.
Sure.
I mean, I was like, you don't ever have to worry about your neighbors. There actually is a guy down the highway a little bit that what he does is buy big ranches and sells them in 50 to 100 acre, 25, 50, 75, 100 acre parcels. And, that's better than 450 spec homes, but still, even then, I'm like, I don't know, man. That is where I'm getting as far away slowly but surely from, crowded places as I can. And especially being on the road and stuff, you want to come off the road.
When you come home, you want to chill out.
I go sometimes tomorrow I'm going to go straight to my ranch. Yeah. So as soon as I'll get home tonight, and I'll wake up tomorrow and head there about 9 in the morning.
That's awesome. In Texas, I mean, you can do that. And I feel like, and I want you to just correct me if I'm wrong. I'm looking at like, okay, the peaks of right now Parker's music life. Obviously, beautiful, great wife. You got the baby coming, personal side, but ACM was it new male artist of the year in 2022, which I want you to talk about, and then playing the Houston rodeo.
Yeah, that's it. That was it. Dude, that was it. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted, dude.
I got
the buckle on right now.
Yeah. I mean, I would just want you to walk me through, like, number one, getting the call.
Yeah, that was incredible. I cried 100%. No, not scared to admit it. I had wanted it so bad. I'd thought about it for so long. There were so many times where I didn't think I was good enough, or I wasn't going to do it anymore. And I was actually driving home one evening, and Hallie Ray was at the house. I was almost there, and my manager Enzo called me, and
love Enzo.
And he's like, "Hey, the rodeo this, rodeo that, rodeo, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Rodeo this and rodeo that?" He's talking about schedules and times, and this, we got to do this for this. And I'm like, "What is all this about?" And he's like, "Oh, you're playing the," and so that was kind of how he was messing with me. But dude, I this is a true story. I pulled my truck over. I'll cry right now talking about it. And I called my dad, and I think he was crying too. But it was it's 74,000 people. We sold it out our first time there. I just can't even. I think I had my second number one the same day that we played the Houston Rodeo. So it was just a crazy, crazy time. I can't explain it. That's my favorite football team. That's their home stadium. You're out there in the middle, and
it's the Houston Rodeo.
It's the Houston Rodeo, man. It's it was everything I wanted, dude. And it's all of a sudden it was over.
Damn.
That was it. It's crazy, man. It's like I can't. That's the most nervous I've ever been in my whole life. Was sitting on that. I was hidden in a road case on the side of the deal, and then popped out of it and ran up on the stage. And
what was the first song that you played?
I think we did "Wait Outside" was what we were kicking that show off with, maybe.
Dude,
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, or maybe it's To Be Loved by You. I don't know. I remember the second song I
Yeah.
slipped. I've never fallen on stage. Knock on wood, probably fall tonight. But I slipped. I turned around and the side of my boot kind of caught the stage like that and slipped out. But I just went down to a knee real quick, popped right back up,
Yeah.
right in time to
Boom.
sing.
Yeah.
And so, you're rotating stage, so only half the stadium can see it. And the only person that said there wasn't nothing on Twitter about it, nothing. And my dad, when I got off stage, he goes, "You eat shit?" I was like, I said, "Yeah, a little bit." It was good though. I mean, I was just I'll never be able to put into words that feeling of adrenaline and what that was like stepping out there that night. It was crazy, man.
Yeah, you've had some great stories. I mean, when you think about being on tour, whether they're with you or you're with them, like who's been your favorite so far?
Man, I don't know how I'd pick. Dierks Bentley was the first, huge act. I guess really Miranda was.
Yeah.
She took us out for a run, but Dierks was the first one to put me on a whole tour, and it was actually with Riley. And he was really, really good to me, man. And I just played a thing. Me, him, and Emmylou Harris played a acoustic song swap the other night in Austin for our buddy that was getting inducted to the Texas Hall of Fame, and hadn't seen him in a while. And man, just loved Dirk. Such a good dude. Thomas Rhett took us out the next year. He's so pure, dude. Just as good as God can make him. I mean, a good dude. And really, really enjoyed getting to spend time with him. And when you're touring, man, you're not hanging out all the time. Like yesterday, I never saw Corey or George.
Yeah.
All day. I mean, my dad was in town. We went and played golf. He was on the road with me, but
Nice. Where'd you play? Did you play at Golf Club?
no,
Savannah
we played
Golf Club?
Chichesi.
Okay.
It was rowdy. It was really good course. Very hard. I played very bad. But
I want
it's
to talk about it.
it's tours a little. Some days you may play basketball or work out together or play golf together, and then you may not see them for a whole weekend.
Yeah.
So everybody's busy and sleeping when they can and doing this and that. But and then Morgan was great, dude. I mean, I didn't see him really at all the whole tour, but I mean, his people were good to us, took good care of us. You're playing a baseball stadium, so it's it's pretty hectic. It's a lot going on, and he is a mega superstar. So it's not like he's just kicking it in the hallway. But they've all been good to me, man, and I hope they understand what how big of a deal it is for us to get out there on those stages and play in front of you. Just grow your brand so quickly that way. I mean, I could not be more grateful. It's been instrumental in us selling a bunch of tickets on our own across the country.
For sure. And you've had some great times with Co.
Oh, that's my boy. Yeah, that's my brother. He's a good dude, man.
Dude, y'all put out some hits, but I just feel like that relationship between you and Co is awesome.
Yeah, it's good, man. I never get to see him. We both played the NFR out in Vegas in December, and we got into it a little bit out there. It was a good time, but it's just always so busy. Your schedules never line up. He lives 3 hours north of me, so every now and then we get to swing through, and if I'm somewhere he is, I'll pop up and sing. Or if he came up and sang "Love" with us in Vegas. That's the first time we've done that song together live in, I don't know, 3 years, probably something like that. So he's good, man. He's unbelievable, dude, and
awesome.
Talented as all get out.
Yeah,
I mean, singing son of a gun.
Yeah, totally
Can rip.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Some of your songs, man. Rest of my life.
Thank you.
I think that might be me. Rest of my life.
That's it. That's certainly top three of I've ever written. My favorite that I've ever written. And I wrote that song in 30 minutes, and I hadn't written a song in months. It was during COVID. It's the only song I wrote during COVID.
Yeah.
And it just boom. I was in the. I'd had the melody and
you were in the shower.
I'd recorded the melody the night before, and I'd gotten in the shower, and I played the recording while I was in the shower, and I literally had like soap all over me, and I'm humming. And I'm like, boom, that's it. And I got out, and just it never happens like that, man.
And then you were like,
I wrote the song, and
there's a picture frame.
Yeah, there really was. It was actually a big mirror.
Little to the side. Yeah.
It's actually it was like a 6 foot tall mirror that leaned up against the wall, or was hanging on the wall, and it was crooked. It wasn't actually a picture frame, but.
Oh, damn. All right, that's all good. Outside of music, man, I mean, you're a big sports guy. I feel like me and you most likely disagree on most of it, but football, you got the Texans.
Yeah, I love all Houston sports, man.
Yeah. Astros, Texans. I mean, the Texans, I feel really good about it. We got to talk a little bit before we sat down, and we're all on the same page. CJ's a stud. Coach is a stud.
Yeah.
You've got some hot takes on who's coming on the team, which is awesome. We're getting into baseball season.
Yeah.
Give me your pick.
I don't know.
Don't be biased. Just say, hey, we got a squad. Actually,
that we do, man. I mean, putting Hader in the bullpen is huge. That's a massive addition if he can stay healthy, which I think he will. But we've been so good. That baseball team has been so good for I think this will be, if we go to the ALCS this year, it'll be like 8 in a row.
Which is unbelievable.
I don't think Bregman's been in the league a year that he didn't go to the ALCS.
And then y'all had that little shindig happen with the sign.
I love it. I wish they'd cheat every year. Let's win every year.
But they didn't cheat.
Do it. I mean, I think they did what everybody else does.
Okay,
I mean, it's if you can get a sign and know what he's going to throw,
totally
get the sign.
Yeah, you got to
guard your stuff better. Play your side of the ball better. Do I believe they were using buzzers and all that stuff? No. That's dumb.
Yeah. Did you play any sports like growing up?
Yeah, a little bit. I wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Everybody in my family's a really good athlete. I was probably the worst one. I could play a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What when it comes to Texans football, Stros baseball, basketball, I feel like you actually have a pretty good relationship. Maybe I'm curious. I always have a top 3, which is 4. To me on who I want to come on the show. And actually few of them are Texas. My uncle, who is now the CEO of Ducks Unlimited, was a politician. Him and W
really
are good buddies. I'd love W. Jeb is a good friend who sits on our board at AgAmerica. So W needs to come on the show. President George W. Bush, I'd like you on. Matthew McConaughey, Texas. Yeah. I really want Jimmy Butler, man.
Yeah, he's a man, dude.
Jimmy, do y'all have any type of relationship?
Yeah. Jimmy and we've played basketball together. I've got some good stories with Jimmy, but Are you
allowed to elaborate like I want to?
No, I can't do that. But it just makes me laugh when I think about it. But
he loves country music.
Yeah, loves, man, and he was the one that hit me. He's from Tomball, which is like 20 minutes from Conroe, where I grew up, and I had known who he was, and then once I started, I guess he kind of found out about my music or whatever, and found out I was from Conroe, so he actually messaged me on Instagram, or maybe I think he made a text me, got my number from management or something, and he's like, "Man, I didn't know you were from Conroe. Like, we got to link up, whatever." Yeah. And so I've gone to see him play a couple times. Saw him play in the Eastern Conference Finals in Miami against Boston. Saw him play in Dallas, and then in November, I think it was our last Wallen show, he came to it, and I saw him in the hallway, and he's like, "Man, we're playing the San Antonio Spurs tomorrow." I'm like, "Oh, well, I mean, I'm flying home to San Antonio in about 45 minutes." So we went out to the game the next night and saw him. He's just down to earth, good dude, man. Always comes and says what's up right before tip off.
Yeah.
And, I mean, literally come, "Hey, how you doing?" Gives Hallie a hug, and then boom, they tip off. He's a normal dude, man. He just so happens to be a
good basketball
freak
player.
Athlete.
He's a beast.
Yeah, dude's on a roll.
I mean, right now you had LeBron who left Miami. I mean, he has taken over that team and took him to the championship.
Twice. Been there twice, yeah. So I'd love to see him get it done, man. Yeah. I don't think anybody does, because the Nuggets are so. I mean, they're so good, man. The Nuggets.
So is that your take? Nuggets this year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think the Celtics get it done. I mean, the East is a little different than the West.
Yeah, totally.
I saw this morning like 47-12 or something. I didn't realize their record was that good. But man, it's once you get to the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals, it's different. Especially when you got to play those real stout West Coast teams or Western Conference teams like the Nuggets. They're complete.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then last but not least, golf. I mean, we've got some mutual friends over at Whispering Pines. I mean. What's your handicap right now?
Not real good, dude. Probably, maybe a 10. Maybe.
That's not bad, though.
That's not very good. But everybody, like my dad, my uncle, my brother, they're all single-digit handicaps.
Oh, yeah?
Everybody in my family's a stick.
I'm sitting at 3.5 right now.
You can golf?
Yeah.
That's golfing your ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's golfing your ball, 3.5.
I've shot 80 like four times, I think, now in the last couple of years. Have not been able to shoot 79. Shot under par on the front of the back a couple times, but I just can't put it down. There's two different golfers in me. It's two different golfers.
Are you like drinking some cocktails?
No,
On the,
I don't really drink. A little bit every now and then. Very, very little.
definitely not on the golf course.
I love golf, dude. Like, I like to dress right. I like to play a really nice course. I like to really compete. I'm trying to hit the ball.
You're trying to get it done.
Yeah, I don't like the whole
Blackout on the golf course.
yeah, that whole like golf culture that's like made golf popular, which I'm sure is good for the game in some sort or another, is great and all, but it's not. I ain't out there. I'm like, it's kind of dorky, but yeah, I like to play, man, for real.
Yeah, I could tell. I mean, I live vicariously through your social media. So you're a big TikTok guy. You are. I mean, you might not be the one filming it.
No, yeah, I hadn't been on TikTok in like a year,
well,
but I think Bailey,
you just did the basketball video the other day.
Yeah,
which
Bailey posts all that stuff for me. So
hopefully because what was it? You made the first shot, which means you could eat dinner, and then you missed the last two, which means no dessert for the weekend.
Correct. Which I was doing like this intermittent fasting, so I wasn't really eating dessert anyways. But our tour catering has some pretty good dessert, so every now and then I'll cheat and I can't pass it up. So
yeah, I get that.
But I stuck to it. I didn't have dessert.
Good for you. All right, 2 segments before we lock this thing down. All right, this or that. So
okay.
I'm going to give you this or that, and then
sure.
you give me one, but I'm going first. You could choose one of these two to play professional sports: football, basketball, and baseball, and you are going to win a championship in one of them.
I can pick one sport?
Yep.
Those are the only 3?
Yep, and what's the position you're going to play?
I mean, I would probably want to play quarterback on an NFL team and win a Super Bowl. Is that a good answer?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
It is. All right, last one.
I hope so.
You ask me one. All right, Super Bowl, performing at the Super Bowl, or performing at New York, like Broadway, when they drop the ball for New Year's Eve.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
But I would get ripped on Twitter because the entire world's going to go, who in the hell is this guy and why is he performing
Come on,
the Super
man.
Bowl? That would be great.
All right, you ask me one.
Okay. Would you rather have free pickup trucks for the rest of your life? Or one free pickup truck for the rest of your life, brand new, anything you want? Or one free race car, sports car, muscle car for the rest of your life?
And it changes every year?
And you just get whatever you want. It's free forever.
Oh, I'm going like muscle.
I think so,
sports. Yeah. You too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because me and you were the same, like the truck, which most likely is the daily driver. Me and you were changing every damn year.
Yeah. I've actually, dude, my dad always makes fun of me because I was going through them pretty quick, but I've actually kept this Dodge for a while. I like it.
Do you?
I know people talk a lot of trash on Dodge, but this truck's been good to me.
I've seen the Dodges, like that you've been cruising around in them. I need to check them out. It's been Chevy or Ford my whole life.
Yeah.
But.
Same. My granddad, that's all he drove was Dodge. And he'd drive the living piss out of it and put it at the ranch and go buy another one, drive the living piss out of it. He shot a hole through the door, one with a 30-30 one time. I mean, just you can't imagine what he would do to these pickup trucks. And so, like, as when we were kids, we all kind of were designated one. Like, there was a time in high school where I drove his, like, 1997 single cab black Dodge Dually 1-ton.
Yeah.
With self-tinted windows peeling off to high school for, like, 3 months.
You had some boom in the back.
When my mom had taken my truck. So, it's with a gooseneck hitch in the back. So, but I always liked Chevy and Ford, and I bought this Dodge, and I like it too.
Dodge. I got one more too. Hunting or fishing, if you had to choose between the two.
I mean, I would say hunting just because, I feel like your opportunity, there's just way more opportunities to hunt than there are to, because I really love to bass fish.
Yeah.
I mean, I like deep sea fishing and all that stuff, but just, the simplicity of bass fishing, I think, is what really draws me to it. And it's what I grew up doing primarily. But, dude, I love bow hunting whitetail. I mean, I love it. It's the fair chase, low fence, free range freak that isn't supposed to be there that shows up, and you get them with your bow at 20, 25, 30 yards is my dream scenario every year. So I don't
Texas, you talk about hunting. Golly. It's great.
And you can, I mean, dude, there's axis deer, free range axis deer walking around in our place. So.
Yeah. And you're going bow over rifle.
For sure.
Everybody I've asked that, they say the same thing.
Yeah, I love bow hunting, man. It's just peaceful, man. It's that 8-point, that big 160-inch 8-point I shot at my buddy Hunter's ranch this past year. We hunted so hard, dude, for like 6 days and hadn't seen him. And he showed up on the very last morning, and I dropped him. He didn't take one step. I mean, I had to have spined him or something. He kind of tried. He almost ducked my arrow completely. And almost like it looked a little low to spine him. I never really found out, but that was the perfect scenario. And it doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't happen. I didn't shoot a deer for 2 years.
Yeah.
So
that's hunting. Last segment. It's called The Biggest Gamble.
Uh-oh.
What do you think the biggest gamble you've taken? And it can be music, personal, whatever it is. What's the biggest gamble you've taken in your life?
Marrying Halle Ray was a sure thing. That wasn't a gamble.
Love that.
Biggest gamble. Probably signing a record deal. I just didn't know what it was. Randy Rogers was managing me at the time from the Randy Rogers band, and he was the one that was like, man, you can be a superstar. Let's go get you a record deal in Nashville, and let me kind of show you the right way to do this thing. And he's a Texas music legend, and so I really, him and I are very close. And he was just out at the ranch last week riding, but he was the one that pushed me to do it, and that's probably one of the best decisions I ever made. It really got me out of a bubble I was in that I may not have otherwise gotten out of. So, record deal probably.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I appreciate you coming on the show
Man,
today.
thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
When you think about it, you now know, like, this is what we're doing, right? We're trying to shed light on rural America.
Yeah.
The ranchers, the farmers, who feeds us, who clothes us. Like, what makes you want to come on the show today? Like,
man, I think like-mindedness, on those same things, the core values of it doesn't even, I think it stems mostly, it's probably originates with, the Western culture and lifestyle, but man, just working hard, and wanting to inspire people to do that, and younger kids, the next generation, to want to work hard and earn everything you have, and be handy and know how to, even if it's just, it didn't even have to be cowboying or ranching or farming, if it's just survival skills, stuff like that, just being outdoors, working with your hands, having good manners, man, respecting your elders. Like, I really, truly believe in that. So any opportunity that I get to, maybe sit down and talk about that kind of stuff with, and shed light on it, or maybe if it takes one person out there listening and they're like, man, I want to raise my kids like that, or I want to be like that, then shit, it's worth it.
I love that.
And thank you for the opportunity to do that.
This has been great, and like I said, I really appreciate you coming on this show and talking about how you were raised, and now you got the baby boy coming, you're going to raise him that way, and just shining the light what we've been trying to do. So, as always, appreciate you coming on the show. And as always, to everybody out there, like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you got to do to be like a farmer.